There are many mysteries within our own solar system, huge celestial bodies known as Mercury, even our own moon. We're going to be finding out about some of those anomalies in this episode. Now let's get to the ET database. Scott found something on Mercury that could change the history books. Was there some kind of ancient civilization that once existed on Mercury itself? We'll take a look at this. A tower that almost is in the length of 2 miles. Quite extraordinary. Take a look at this. The ET database, Scott has been doing a lot of work for many years, and some of the things he discovers you might find a little out there, but then there are a lot that seem to be incredible, such as this new one from Mercury itself that shows some kind of possible tower. How large is this thing? What could have built it?
Scott does a great job. He's actually a researcher. He gets out there and goes over these images with a fine-tooth comb. I like the way Scott investigates his UFO sightings and these megastructures that are found on planets such as Mars and Mercury. He does a great job. He pulls up, he analyzes these photos with a great detail. I like this photo a lot. What I find interesting, this really resembles what we actually pulled up when we're researching Area 51. There was a tower that was coming out of one of those craters over there, and this really resembles that. Is this some sort of air vent? Looking at this closer, could this just be some sort of geological formation, something natural, or could it be artificially made? You know, that's the big question. What exactly are we looking at? It's an incredible picture.
There's been a lot of conspiracies out there. In regards to the moon itself, is it hollow? Is it a big machine? Well, to get to the answers, we need to find out about the origin of the moon first. There's a new scientific claim that when Earth in its early infancy was made up of molten lava on its entire surface, and a meteor the size of Mars made impact and jettisoned a huge spiral globular form of molten lava into Earth's atmosphere, and when it cooled, it formed Earth's only moon. The actual meteor, the size of Mars that struck Earth and gave birth to the moon, is known as Theia, based on the Greek goddess of the moon. So why isn't the moon made up of elements of Theia itself, but mirroring geochemical elements made up of Earth? So the idea that the moon was created by a massive meteorite strike on Earth isn't a new idea. But the theory that when the meteor struck Earth and its surface was an entire sea of molten lava is something new. Natsuki Hosono at the Yokohama Institute of Earth Science in Japan focuses his work on the study of numerical simulations on the origin of the Earth and the moon. Through these simulations, he's formulated that the timing of the impact was during a period of the evolution of Earth when it was covered in a molten silicate shell. This would explain why the moon itself is made up of 70% terrestrial terra firma from Earth, and not the 40% that was predicted when the impact happened when the Earth was cooler and more solid. The timing of the impact of Theia into Earth covered into a swampy molten lava ocean is key to this groundbreaking theory of determining the origin of the moon. The methodology utilized by Natsuki Hosono to determine these mathematical simulations is carried out by the particle-based numerical hydrodynamical scheme, smooth particle hydrodynamics, known by the acronym SPH. As reported by JAMSTEC, the Japanese Agency for Marine Earths and Science Technology, these numerical simulations often cost a lot in electricity and also require wall clock time. This requires the need to apply techniques to accelerate the calculation speed and employ a fast algorithm to perform neighbor search and external devices to accelerate the calculations.
This theory and the origins of the moon explain why lunar samples that were brought back by Apollo missions, as well as lunar meteorites that closely resemble the composition of our own Earth. But there's still unanswered questions on both the origins of the moon and the origin of Earth that this discovery brings to light. If the moon is made up of 70% terrestrial material, then what about the other 30%? Could the moon have been formed in conjunction with this theory and another astronomical event? Another meteor event striking another planet, causing the gravitational pull on the object to combine with a Theia event. If the Apollo lunar material samples were all taken from the same region of the moon, it is not feasible that a concentration of non-terrestrial material could be found from the sample taken from another area of the moon, the dark side. These are some of the arguments why we need to get back to the moon and keep looking for the key to unlock the answers to the origin of our universe.
Whatever your beliefs are about the moon, what's your thoughts in regards to the possibility in the Earth's early infancy was a sea of lava and a massive meteor the size of Mars striking it and sending a huge amount of liquid molten lava into the Earth's atmosphere, creating the moon as we know today? Some people are speculating what we just discovered in recent times, that this could be some kind of vent or a tower embedded within a crater close to Area 51. The conspiracy theories are going wild right now, and we got UFO proof with us. And he's been studying this exact location over the years. Kyle, what do you make of this?
These craters with these vents coming out of it, a lot of the craters have cables running out of them to test for radiation over the years. However, this particular crater with the vent, I have absolutely no idea. It doesn't relate to any of the other craters that have measuring devices that are coming out of it. This one, it looks like a tower or a vent, or maybe there might be a base or something underneath it. Obviously, there are plenty of rumors of S4 or Area 51 and underground bases there, and this actually might be some evidence for it. I mean, that is a massive crater. You can't tell from the picture, but it is definitely huge. And so this tower is, I mean, it could be dozens of feet tall.
Well, you know, we're looking at it in a time lapse. Google Earth has its imagery, and it looks like there's some kind of construction for whatever is embedded within this crater, but it's really weird. It's been going on for a long time, but with these new HD images coming in that we've been able to obtain, it's really showing something that we can't explain. It really resembles some of the towers within the crater on the moon that we just recently broke. And I want to get your opinions. Is there a secret space program? Is there a tower on the moon? You just saw the photos that we just put out on Third Phase of Moon within the week.
Yes, you know, those crater photos are really fascinating. I've actually seen some other photos from Richard Hoagland and stuff where they show towers on the moon. There's actually other videos, and if you go around with Google Earth, you can see other kind of towers and stuff like that, protruding off the moon. But that one in particular in the crater is really fascinating. How does it get there? I mean, if a meteor impacted into the moon, there shouldn't be anything in the center of the crater. But there appears to be something there. So, I mean, how does that form naturally? I have no idea. Secret space program, it's far-fetched. I seriously doubt that. But as for a natural phenomenon, I don't have an explanation for it. It's quite a mystery.
Well, absolutely. And UFO Proof is out there looking for the truth. And right now, some of the evidence that we've just been seeing over the past week is almost proving, in my opinion. Well, it has proved, in my opinion. I don't know what Kyle has to say, but there is a secret space program, and whatever was embedded on the moon within the crater definitely resembles what is going on in Area 51. You got to say, the similarities are astounding.
They are.
All right, we got Brent Cousins here. I want to get his opinion. Go ahead, Brent.
Yeah, we noticed Area 51. It's a huge bombing range. A lot of nuclear explosions that were created back in the 40s and 50s, testing ranges. Look at this crater. You can tell that it's been dug out. It's a little bit more deep, and definitely they're carving it out. And this is how bases are made. Could this be an air vent to the secret facility of Area 51?
Some people have speculated, and people that have called into Third Phase Moon, that Area 51 itself is a massive city beneath the ground. many, many levels, over 100 that we've heard. Could this be a ventilation system for Area 51? I don't know. It definitely looks very similar to a ventilation system, but then out of character in the middle of the crater.